Hello, everybody. Hope you are all doing well. I am incredibly excited to show you this table today, as I think it is one of the cooler tables we have built over here at the Kiln. And that is saying something. I would say very often, at least once or twice a week, I am blown away by some of the things that our team creates. And this is one of those things. It was created by Akansh, one of the technical team members over here at the Kiln. And he was doing it because we have this practice over at our agency where we have our team essentially build wild clay tables for example enterprise companies to try to expand the boundaries of what we think is possible with clay. And so this example was for SEMrush, and the task was essentially, hey, Akansh, work with Elias, another one of our team members, in creating one of the coolest possible table you could if you were SEMrush. Like if you were the head of RevOps, head of marketing at SEMrush, and you were trying to do an outbound campaign for them, what would be the coolest possible table you could create? And this is what he created, and I'm going to walk through it to you right now. So the first table in this workbook is really basic, which is an API call to a web scraper of Google Maps. So it's a web scraper called Serper. We essentially did an API call looking for a few different types of companies. So essentially like accounting firms within a specific location. This is just a random longitude. I believe this is actually in Boston where SEMrush is located. And then, of course, we're just paginating every page of Google Maps results. So once those maps results come into Clay, we then write them to another table. So here is the table in which we wrote the Google Maps results, and we're filtering them by the total visits being greater than 500. I'll show you what that means in just a second. So we have the companies that have been imported into this table. We first extracted their logo URL from the enriched company integration in Clay. It's a very basic integration for those who don't know what it does. You just throw in a company identifier such as their website or their LinkedIn profile, and you can output all of their LinkedIn data. So we have that right here. We then, after we output their logo URL, we decided to use the native SEMrush integration within Clay, kind of like a SEMrushception moment, to find their website traffic. And you can see here that for the list of 100 companies that we initially started with, we were able to find exactly 11 who had the over 500 website visit threshold. So after that, we then used a screenshot API to get a screenshot of the company's website. And this is actually somewhat important for the later steps of this table. So after we got their screenshot URL, we then use another API call. We use this thing called Imagia to find the brand colors of their website. And this is important for the dashboard we then later create, which I'll show you. It's absolutely insane. So we have their brand colors now after using this screenshot API. You can see in the response here, we have the colors right here. And we have the RGB values of the colors, which we're planning on using in just a moment. So after that, we feed that into an AI integration, and we say, help me find 3 colors from this other than white or black. Of course, just to make it a little bit more custom. Obviously, white and black would usually indicate something that isn't. So from there, we then use a Claybook prompt to go find how often the following keywords are mentioned on their website. So again, we scraped accounting firms. So we were trying to find the kind of like the top 5 accounting keywords or accounting terms that most of these, like let's say head of SEOs would be looking for, or head of marketings would be looking for at these accounting firms, and tell us how frequently they show up on their pages. Then we found their site speed. And after that comes the crazy part. So Akansh actually created a custom Replit dashboard and an API for that Replit dashboard that allows you to create custom SEO reports for every one of these companies using the data that we found via the SEMrush integration. So we found all this information via SEMrush on their traffic, on the keywords that they rank in. We fed that to the SEO report URL, to the API that Akansh created. And you can see we have a custom SEO report for every one of these companies with their site speed, their SERP positions, keyword analysis, traffic projection, position, monthly traffic, projected monthly traffic with growth, like insane stuff. And we have one of these for every single one of the companies with their company's logo and their company's logo colors. Like, this is insane. And we can literally send these to every single one of their prospects at scale automatically. We can do this for as many prospects as we want, and they're automatically generated. Talk about adding value in messaging. I constantly talk about when you're sending outbound messages, the more value you can add to the prospect up front, the better it will ultimately be. This is going above and beyond that. And so, of course, I think an incredible use case. These custom dashboards are insane. And big shout out to the power duo of Elias and Akanj for ideating this, putting this together, and ultimately creating this clay table. I think it's so incredible. I hope you guys think it is too. And yeah, that's the walkthrough for this table. SEMrush, if you like what we built, hit us up and we can implement that or something similar for your company as well. And hope this was valuable. Bye.